Good evening, VV Nation. My name is Ryan, Senior Instructor here at VectorVest, and tonight I have brought back an old meme stock that is back in the picture, and that is TTO, or T2 Biosystems. Now, this position is up over 800% since the beginning of July. It does have some major headlines that we will go into this video, and in addition, we are going to jump into the VectorVest 7 software to see if this is just a momentum play, or are the fundamentals actually solid? And does it actually have good growth prospects? So if this is something that you're interested in, please stick around and let's get started. Now, there are two articles I wanted to go over. This being the first one, it did receive FDA approval for its Candida auris diagnostic test. Now, this is a huge breakthrough as this is the company's only third FDA approval on its products. Now, T2 is a leader in detection of sepsis-causing pathogens and antibiotic resistance genes. Now, this was announced on July 20th that it did get approval from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Now, as I scroll down this article, there is one thing I definitely wanted to take note here. If we look, Candida auris is a multi-drug resistant fungal pathogen recognized as a serious global health threat with a mortality rate of 60%. And is difficult to identify with standard laboratory methods. Now, this is where their new product comes into place. Now, the important part of this article, if we look at the bottom here, CDC estimates the costs associated with fungal diseases in general are as high as $48 billion annually. So there is money to be made in this field. Now, let's jump to the next article. Now, I told you I'd give you the good with the bad. Now, this is an article already comparing the stock to be the next Mullen. Now, if you don't remember Mullen, it was an EV company that came out a couple years ago. Just like T2, when it came out, there was a lot of news surrounding it, a lot of hype that was helping push the stock higher. However, since, investors have been greatly disappointed. Both of these companies, since their inception, are down over 99%. So let's scroll down the article and show you some of the good points here. Now, if I scroll down, the first thing I wanted to show you was T2 Biosystems, however, has a funding problem that's quickly turning it into the next Mullen Automotive. Now, both of these companies are not making money. Now, if I continue to scroll down, now, both firms had promising starts. Within a month of its listing, Mullen unveiled a good-looking and sporty electric crossover at the 2021 Los Angeles Auto Show and promised high-end model that would supposedly accelerate as quickly as a Tesla Model S Plaid. Now, T2's management announced similar exciting news about its T2DX and T2 Candida panel soon after going public. Now, both firms proved to be disasters for investors. Mullen stock has now lost 99.97% of its original value, and the Mullen 5 launch date has been pushed back to at least the mid-2026. So in essence, these companies here are losing money. We want companies that are making money for long-term positions. That's why we're about to jump into the VectorVest 7 software and show you why this is more of a momentum play rather than something viable for the long term. Now, before I begin and go through the analysis of this stock, in the comment section, let me know what you really think of this company. Is this just a momentum play, another meme stock with no potential? Or is this actually a stock that has long-term value? I'm interested in hearing your feedback, so I'll look forward to that. Now, let's jump in. Now, this information is based at open. We are up at 7% right now. If you look, we only value this stock at 1 penny. Currently is trading at 63 cents, so greatly overvalued. In addition, if we look at RV and RS, which is our fundamental indicators, RV at 0.16, RS at 0.48, very poor fundamentals. Now, from RV to VST, these indicators are on a 0 to 2 scale. Above 1 is favorable, below 1 is unfavorable. The further you get away from 1 speaks to the magnitude of that favor. Now, the only thing that's got this stock going in its favor right now is RT, or relative timing. That looks at the short-term price trend. So again, this is more of a candidate for a momentum play rather than being fundamentally sound for a long-term investment. Now, we are going to dive into a couple other details here. The one thing I did notice I did like about this position, if you look at its GRT, that's its growth rate in earnings, is up 18%. Now, it still isn't making money. If we look at its earnings per share, it's still negative. However, they're getting out of that hole. The other thing that I did want to take note here, for a company to make money, it's going to have to increase its sales. If we look at its growth rate in sales, it is negative right now, 67%, which is a very negative indication for a long-term solid investment. So let's check out the graph and see what that's trying to tell us. Now here's T2 over the last 5 trading years. This stock was just under $400, now becoming a penny stock. The only thing I really like about this chart right now is we look at the EPS. This is moving from lower left to upper right. However, that earnings per share is still negative. So let's zoom into a 6-month time span to get a better visual on this information. Now there's only one level of resistance in sight, and that is at this level here, coming in at 0.55. Now, if we look at price action today, we can see we got a down candlestick today. However, I do like the buyers coming in. We see a nice long bottom wick here, finding a level support right at that 8-day exponential moving average. So as long as the 3 is above the 8-day, I do like this as a momentum play and RT staying in positive territory. Now, if you're not in this position, seeing that 0.55 level of resistance taken out would be a positive sign. In addition, want to buy this stock on an up day. Now, in all honesty, I am not the biggest meme stock investor. Now, I did want to bring this to your attention because there are potential profits when playing these momentum stocks. Now, after reviewing the articles here, we saw both good and bad with the FDA approval. However, it still has a bad rap among the retail community. Now, in addition, we jumped into the VectorVest 7 software. We saw that the fundamentals just weren't there for long-term longevity. The company is burning through cash and is not making money. However, the technicals are in our favor right now. So if you do decide to jump in this position, just as a reminder, always put some stops in place so that way the position does not become emotional. Now, if you found this video informative, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel.
Hey VV Nation, did you know that there's 7 deadly sins that can keep you from consistently making money in the market? If you would like to know more about those sins, and if you are falling victim to any of them, he goes right now to www.vectorvest.com/YT7sins to get your free report. You don't want to miss out on this, so do that right now.